Alright, this is the 1952 Chevy. It is an actual Bel Air two-door hardtop. It's been chopped, I don't know, like probably about 6-7 inches. The glass that's in it is Lexan, not actually glass, but it is actually Lexan, not plexi. So it will not crack and shatter all crazy on you. Headlights have been Frenched using a headlight Frenching kit. I welded a 54 center bar into the center of the grill, so that's some nice grilled teeth. The front bumper looks, almost brand spanking new. I got it off a buddy of mine who had a show car, and it got little nicks and stuff, and he got rid of it because it had tiny imperfections, but I didn't really care because, as you can see, it's almost perfect. The turn signal housings are brand spanking new as well. They're triple chromed. And the body is pretty darn straight. There are some tiny minor imperfections, but as you can see, there is no dents or anything going down along the lines of the body of the car. I have two new Coker white walls for the front. The one tire you just saw was just a roller. The other Coker's in my garage, and they're new. It's actually, the whole car's on jack stands right now because I didn't want the tires to go low and mess the car up. The windshield rubbers are brand new. I have plenty of parts. I had seats custom made for it out of John Boat seats. The Chevy logo is embroidered into the back. I actually have two of the little ashtray pieces. The other one's right there. It's going to need a nicer steering wheel, some door panels and stuff. It's got all the gauges and clock and everything. Whether or not any of that stuff works, I don't know. I haven't even gotten to hooking it all up. Back seat was custom made. I started with like a 60 Chrysler seat. And it's actual leather. It's an awesome shape. There's no holes or anything crazy. All that craziness in the back of the seat goes with it. It's like the original center splash guard. Also has brand new rubbers for the trunk and a whole bunch of other brand new rubbers. That's a carb synchronizer because it does have dual carbs, dual Offenhauser carbs. I put door poppers into the doors. They're actually the little green buttons to the left and right of where the stereo would normally be. Let's see. Back window again is also Lexan with new rubbers. I made it out of a 54 Chevy rear window because apparently they don't make 52 Chevy rear bumpers anymore. Rear rubbers anymore, but back tires are just regular black and nasties, but there's no suspension on the car, so when it sits super low and you couldn't even really see the rims anyways. The back bumper is sitting on here really quick. It's just sitting on jack stands. I didn't install it yet. I made this bumper out of a 56 Chevy front bumper that I stretched and welded up and made fit the actual flow of the car a little better. The taillights are Frenched in and blacked out. A little honeycomb or beehive shaped ones. I boxed the front end so it has a nice finished look. It doesn't, it's not slapped on there. I have two fender skirts, one for each side of the car. And like I said, again, the car's pretty straight, and I would say, and I've heard this from several of the previous owners of the car, that this is probably the most solid and rust-free 52 Chevy in Florida. So I started with a really solid project. The paint is John Deere Bliss Black, but it's not perfect. I just wanted to make a rolling project out of it. But let's see if you can actually get a little more of the perfection of the body on this thing. It's straight as an arrow. The engine's a Chevy 235 Blue Flame from a 54 Bel Air. Oh, bear with me. It has 0 miles, looking a little dusty just because it's been sitting around my garage. Has 0 miles on it. The Rochester B's that I put in here, I just rebuilt. One has a little bit of a leak, but I think it's just the fitting right here. It's switched over to an alternator. It's not a generator anymore. The wiring's all pretty much done and clean, and it's all ready to roll. That's the fuel pump hanging there. I just unhooked it so I can not have to cut a longer fuel line so I can get it running for you. But that's it. It's gonna need, door panels, little tiny odds and ends, brake lines. I have all new brake lines for it already though, and suspension, because it has 0 suspension in this thing right now. I was planning on airbagging it, so As you can see, even on jack stands with the profile of it next to the 49 Chevy next to it. It is a very low, lean, and mean ride. I just don't have the time to complete it, and figured somebody else will love this thing.